I can't believe, and I know everybody's gonna always say this, but the Disney Plus shows keep getting better and better. Like it's Loki trumped first episode wise, WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier easily. With the writing and everything, the world building that it was able to do in one episode, that's crazy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are your guys' like initial reactions and stuff? I was blown out of the water. Like I knew it was gonna be good, but I was not expecting this. There was things that happened in this episode that are like big time for the MCU in general.
Oh yeah,
because the first two shows, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like I don't know, because obviously the movies haven't came out yet, but it didn't seem like you probably needed to watch them to understand what's going to happen in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Loki is setting up like probably the next 10 years. I have some point. I want to go over some stuff if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, go.
I already got some. Yeah. I made some bullet points. We'll get to everything, but when the animation of the TVA with Miss Minutes when she was explaining like what they were about and everything like that, when she was talking about the multiversal war that happened like a long time ago, that's you guys know Secret Wars, right, from the comics or no?
No.
I know what it is. I don't know much about it though.
There was like 3 really big events in comics and stuff like that. Infinity War being one of them. Secret Invasion was really big, which they're gonna do, and Secret Wars. In Secret Wars, the whole like long story short is all the superheroes from different multiverses were all gathered, superheroes and villains, and thrown onto a planet to fight to the death. That's exactly what was explained.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, actually.
That's insane that they brought that up now. Everybody was speculating that the next 10 years was going to build up to Secret Wars. They just explained that in the first episode of Loki, that like a version of the Secret Wars already happened. And the Time Variance Authority and the Timekeepers, because of that, they took all the multiverses and out. Sorry, I'm going to go on a rant right now. I was trying to figure out what's the difference between, were they explaining the multiverse is just other timelines that branched out from the main timeline?
No. They said that time itself was first always like in a branch, but then the Timekeepers created a main line that they all follow, and then that's where, they basically, in the sense when they were explaining it, they said they grabbed all the timelines and made it into one, basically.
Yes.
That's what they said.
How do you here's a quote from when Miss Minute said. She said, the Timekeeper is bringing peace by reorganizing the multiverse into one singular timeline.
Yeah.
So I think, like at first I was like, oh my God, we're going to go down this, okay? I was thinking, because they explained there's variants of people when
which
you
is
go
awesome.
off the timeline.
I love how they have that code name, or like, that little name for it. Variants. That's sick.
So there's different variants, right? If there was only one timeline, how is there different versions of Loki? There's a good chance that the hooded figure at the end of this episode is going to be female Loki because of leaks and stuff like that. Like that's the variant that they're trying to track down and is killing all the Minutemen and stuff like that. If there's only one timeline, how exactly is there other versions of Loki? Wouldn't there only be that one version of Loki that messed up like the sequence of this time? How are there other versions of that? And then that also plays into Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield rumored to show up in that movie. How are there other versions of Spider-Man that look completely different from Tom Holland if there's only one singular timeline, right? So I have this theory that female Loki, or whoever the hooded figure, I got a good feeling it's going to be female Loki.
Okay.
Is going back in time and messing with all these different, messing with time and causing branch realities to happen. And because of that branch reality all the way back, let's just say the scene with Mobius talking to the little girl in the 1500s.
Yeah.
He went up to her. They had the little device and he was talking to her And you guys notice the red line? Like if you hit the red line, I have a feeling like if you're in the past and you're messing with time and you're talking to a person from that time, eventually you'll hit a red line, and that's gonna create a branch, a different reality.
Yeah.
You know how the little girl had a blue gum?
Yes.
I was thinking, what if the female Loki went back during that time? Because when he was asking like who did this, she pointed at the devil in the frame, and
Yeah.
who has horns? Loki.
Loki. Yeah.
What if Loki went back in time and gave her that blue gum, and just because she gave him that gum all the way back in the 1500s when gum wasn't a thing, creates a branch reality? And female Loki's going back in all these different timelines, killing all these Minutemans, literally tearing up the main branch reality, causing all these different rifts. And that's where you're getting Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, because things were altered all the way back in the 1500s. And that's causing different people to get bit by a spider and have Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield in the same way. And that's where you're getting all these different multiverses. And it's all... And the only reason why I'm hesitant to say, like, maybe Loki is setting all of that up for the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man 3 is because all the other Disney Plus shows to this point, you didn't really need to watch them to understand anything. And I'm still hesitant on that point. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just think that I don't know if she's changing or creating different branches because they have, that red line scanner. Like the gum, it didn't change anything. They said like we need to get out of here before
it does, and then they took the gum away from her. But maybe if that stuck around, maybe that caused like a break in reality or something like that. I don't know.
The only thing what I didn't understand from the shows from the beginning was the little bombs that they would put down when there was a different branch.
Oh,
that's what they call that? Yeah, what did they call that?
Time bombs.
It was like it resetted the reality or whatever, or the timeline.
It would
reset the timeline. They'd put it down, but the hooded figure is stealing them. But like for what purpose? And I'm sure we'll find out.
Did it show her or showed the person?
It didn't show her. It just showed the hooded figure. But there's been some leaks and stuff like that showing like a female Loki in a hood. So I can only assume.
Yeah, but
we'll see.
But what do you think that stuff is though? What do you think's like actually in those vials? Because at first, my first theory when I was like watching it like the first time, I was like, that has to be like trapped like energy from a power, like an Infinity Stone.
But
then
Infinity
Stones are nothing, bro.
Shit to these people.
That's what I'm saying.
That was insane.
I know, that was crazy.
So I was like,
wait,
what? So okay, not Infinity Stone, okay. like how we saw, it's literally just paperweights for them.
Way to flip the entire Infinity Saga on its head, literally.
Yeah, dude.
Just one scene. I love that, and I love that Loki of all people, like was like, oh my, like this egotistical dude was like, oh crap, like these people have multiple time stones in this drawer, and they use them as paperweights.
That's
holy
nuts,
crap! Like, and he was like, where am I? You know? And then just for him to recognize that, so intense. Wow, they were able to get so much done with just one episode. Yeah, it was insane.
I don't think they gave those a name. They would just say the first time they said, let's reset the timeline, and then the second time at the end when we got the hooded person, they just said let's prune it, let's reset it too. They never gave it a name, I don't think.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
that is pretty wild.
What are you guys thinking about the Time Variance Authority, like the aesthetic and the way that they were setting all that up?
At first I thought it was kind of goofy, the way like the like how the soldiers are like placed and stuff, and how they are, but then I'm like
armor and stuff like that.
Yeah, like it's like this is so weird, but then it's like it's kind of funny because it feels like, I don't know, it's something I can't explain. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's like hilariously real. Like
the biggest power in the universe, like they're booking people, looks like a DMV, and they're walking through this place. It's like what? Like what?
But then it was like
none of it makes
crazy
sense.
too at the same time. So it was like, oh okay, like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny.
It's such a different take. It's so cool.
It is
so
definitely
different.
cool.
This episode just looks so good. I don't know. I think it's just Disney Marvel shows. I don't know. I love how they look.
They're so cinematic. It looks like a
Yeah.
movie. It's
Bro.
like a
Yes.
6-hour movie.
The
with
whole
these
scene
shows.
with Loki with his face moving and the ladies moving at regular time, like putting the necklace on him. That shit
Oh,
was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I was like,
It's
no
so
way.
crazy.
Because the whole time you think it's like a slow motion effect from the movie, like the show, and then you see her just move
Then
up.
it keeps
but
dragging out, and you're like, what is going on? Like, okay, we get it. You
that
know?
was hilarious, bro. It was so funny.
So
Even
good.
Mobius or Owen Wilson as Mobius,
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like a little bit like goofy, but it's so good.
Their
I
acting
love
is
him as that.
amazing.
Yes,
So good.
it's great.
What else? And they explain. Okay, so let's go through when he got booked and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Did you guys
Yeah.
catch the scroll that was there or no?
Which scroll?
No, I didn't.
Right when they walk in, there's a scroll in a tracksuit that was chilling there, and I can't wait for the rest of the series to see like it could be anybody from the timeline, like in the universe
seen it.
that just like messed up their whatever they were supposed to do, and is now with the TVA, you know, and that's hilarious. They broke down Loki's character in one episode
I know.
Oh
in
yeah,
front of him.
Yeah.
that was so
That's-
tight.
That is insane. And then where like when Mobius told him, he was like you're the
That was
reason
so awesome.
the reason for your existence is to let other people become the best version of themselves. Like you're literally just a part of somebody else's story. And like hearing that is like what? And especially Loki hearing that, this dude who thinks he's gonna rise to power, constantly stabbing people in the back, trying to get to
Yeah.
that point, and then him like seeing that and then just like not believing it and stuff like that is hilarious. But it's sad. It's like his ego completely got checked.
Yeah, that was a big scene when he was just questioning him, like, why do you like killing people?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh,
It's
wait,
like
but
somebody with so much range. Why are you only concerned with ruling? You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
that was
But that's all Mobius trying to understand Loki because they're going after Loki because this variant is loose.
Oh, that's true.
Causing
Oh, that's very
chaos,
true.
Do you think he
know?
knows that though?
Well, yeah, because he told Loki at the end of the show, like, "Hey, like we need your help. We're hunting this person, and it's you."
Wait, did he say that?
So
Because it's you?
yeah, he said that. He said that at the very end that the variant that we're trying to find is you, and it's gonna be like almost like a detective mystery show of them trying to hunt down this person. It's so interesting. That's so complex.
That is actually really
And how-
cool.
And that little like funny thing they added as Loki being DB Cooper.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. I was confused when that first began.
that's insane.
I was like, that was so awesome.
That's so funny. He said he lost a bet with Thor.
Yeah.
What does Thor want with money, bro? Oh, it's so
Or just seeing if they could pull stuff off.
yeah.
Let's see.
So happy they made him watch his death.
Oh, I know.
Seeing his
So was that the
emotion.
future? I didn't understand that. Was that him seeing the future?
Yeah, for the first time, because this is Loki
Oh, well, yeah.
direct, so he's never seen any of this. And when it said like, what did it say after it showed his death? It was the file ended or something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
File ended.
The tape thing ran out.
Jeez Louise.
That was crazy.
That's so crazy. But now it's not gonna be. No, this Loki is, because he, like they were saying, he can't go back to their timeline, the main timeline, because it would cause a disruption, and because he wasn't supposed to know that he was eventually going to become this heroic figure and kind of save Thor, so he can't go back to that. I have a good feeling that the end of the show, which I didn't think it was going to come from Loki, but the fact that the little animation described that different timelines, if branched out too far, causes madness in the multiverse. Doctor Strange in the multiverse. I did not think it was going to come from Loki, but I feel like there's going to be a good chance that at the end of the show, that's what's going to happen, is that there's going to be all these branch realities that go out of control, and then now that's affecting other heroes, and we're going to see that in their movies. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. But like, I don't want to get my hopes up because the last two shows, like, we thought WandaVision was going to explain the multiverse, and that never did.
Yeah.
We're getting more explanation, but how much effect is this show really going to have to the overall story, you know?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like this like makes you, I don't want to say question, but like go back into like everything Marvel, you know? Like
Yeah.
everything that has came out just with the timeline.
Everything, because everything was supposed to happen.
Yeah. And so this is set in 2012, right?
That Loki is. I don't like the TVA doesn't exist in time. Like,
Oh, that's
time
true.
is irrelevant to them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you could really have as many seasons as you want with Loki, depending on where this show ends.
Yeah.
Because this could go forever, you know, with them just figuring out different things to do with the TVA. But yeah, how about that dude, the worker dude? He was hilarious.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
when he gave him the Tesseract, he's like, "What is this?" And then Loki's like, "It's a Tesseract. Be careful with it." He's like, "Sounds dumb." Like, what?
Like he didn't know what a fish
Yeah, man.
was because he's
Yeah.
been behind the desk his whole life. He was just created for that.
That's so funny.
And that's true too. Like everyone in the TVA they were made
Yeah.
just to do their job.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like that's all they know.
all they know. I had another theory too. I guess we could discuss it. So you guys know who King the Conqueror is?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He's confirmed for Ant-Man 3, and he's a big like time travel villain.
Mm.
There's a lot of connections already to him, to the TVA. The lady judge, the judge lady.
Mm.
Yeah.
In the comics, her character has a romantic relationship with King the Conqueror, which is interesting.
What?
King the Conqueror, and you know how they had the three timekeepers behind her, like the statues?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The one in the middle, if you guys look, and I'll throw it in the podcast, if you guys look, they cast King the Conqueror already. Jonathan Majors, I think is his name. If you look at his face and then look at that statue, it looks just like him. Like literally just like him. As if King the Conqueror was one of the timekeepers that made this all perfect timeline to follow.
So maybe 4? There was 4 timekeepers?
Maybe. I have this theory, and this is going deep again.
This is
Back when
long shots.
yes. Back when the big old multiversal what do they call it? The multiversal war happened.
Mhm.
What if King the Conqueror was the one that came out on top for supremacy when they were saying that they were fighting for supremacy? What if his timeline came on top, and then because he defeated all the other timelines, he was the one that merged them all together, and now he has full control of all time, which makes sense for his character because he's a big time traveling villain, like very like confusing on how he's traveling through time and whatnot. What if the TVA is all BS? It's all stupid, and they're all trying to protect this perfect timeline that's supposed to happen. But no, it's more of they're in control of what happens in time. It's not necessarily that this timeline needs to happen for a particular reason, but it's because that they have control over it, and King the Conqueror has control over it. Does that make sense? No?
So you're saying King the Conqueror has control of the timeline?
Maybe. I don't know. I got a good feeling that the TVA is going to be like probably the main villain at the end of this.
What? TVA?
Yeah. I'll predict it now. Female Loki, or whatever the hooded Loki ends up being, is doing this for a reason. Going
She's
after
a villain.
the TVA for a reason, and I have a good feeling she has a good reason to do it, and it's maybe going to be because the TVA is full of BS, and the timeline that they're protecting is just one that they want to keep. It's not necessarily this timeline that they need to keep for a particular reason.
So
Because if you
yeah, but that'd be like the three timekeepers are the villains, is what you're saying.
yeah, but what if there is no three? It's just King the Conqueror, and it's all made up because he made this place. You know, I don't know.
Oh, you're saying he made the TVA.
Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe he was a part of the other timekeepers in the comics. I forgot what happens. But one of the timekeepers, and I don't think King the Conqueror is one of the timekeepers in the comics, but he goes and kills them. Like he eliminates the timekeepers.
Oh.
So maybe that happened. I don't know. I don't know where this is
Yeah.
leading or where it's gonna end up. But the fact that we're getting King the Conqueror soon in Ant-Man 3, and they're gonna go into Quantum Mania, the quantum realm, that is how the Avengers travel through time,
Yeah.
and they're gonna
Oh,
probably
yeah.
screw with time again. It's just, like it's all adding up.
I wonder how much power they have. The three timekeepers.
It's gotta be
You know?
crazy. It's like insane, like power we've never seen. The fact that, bro, they're using Infinity Stones as paperweights, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's
To me, it's just crazy how it's gonna go. Like to go off of Loki is just like three timekeepers, Eternals,
there's
like
so
Kane
much.
like all the big people we're getting. You know?
It's insane. How does Marvel keep that all in check? You know that we're
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
gods that were created by these big cosmic beings that were put on Earth, but there's also this organization that is in charge of all time. And
Yeah.
then you have Norse mythology with Thor. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
There's so much going on.
Yeah, man.
It's intense.
So I didn't understand my Marvel stuff is out of time, but so if he would have not gotten captured at the end of Avengers, right? When he grabbed the Infinity Stone and he disappeared, if he would have not, they were explaining if he would have not escaped from that, he had sent people to Asgard to kill his mom.
In the Dark World, he was imprisoned because of what happened because of Avengers in Asgard. They put him in a cell, and the Dark Elves came to like kill, like to take over Asgard or whatever. And he let them know, like, hey, like, because he wanted them to kill Thor. He was like, you might want to take the stairs on the left, but he led them directly to his mom, and they killed his mom. And then him realizing that, because they showed him that, on top of showing his dad die, and then showing that his kind of like redemption story with being friends with his brother again, and stuff like that. It's crazy. Another thing I wanted to bring up that I thought about today, which may be a little plot hole, but you could kind of, I don't know, let me explain it. In Infinity War, Doctor Strange said that he looked at 3 million whatever outcomes of the coming conflict.
Yeah.
If there's only one timeline, the right timeline for all of everything to happen, wouldn't there only be one version of that could, like, wouldn't he be able to see all the other events that would have taken place? And if the one thing that they did with Tony Stark getting the stones and snapping, if that didn't happen, would the TVA have to step in and stop that? Because everything that happened needed to happen. What other alternate realities was Doctor Strange looking at? You know? Does that make sense?
There's just it does make sense.
Isn't that a little bit of a plot hole? Unless Doctor Strange was seeing the TVA constantly show up and fix the timeline that was supposed to always happen, and they just didn't tell anybody. Like that's, I don't know, maybe a plot hole there.
Or maybe
I don't know. It's hard to say.
maybe
Yeah.
you need to put it in the perspective that it's Doctor Strange, who at this point, from what we know, he doesn't have any association or knowledge about with the TVA, right?
Yeah.
So what if everything he sees, he's like, oh well, we lose this, right? If Thanos, say this reality happens, we lose, but he's still not aware of the TVA. You get me?
Kind of like Loki when he said, like, why haven't I like known about
Exactly.
you guys? Because you never had to.
Exactly. So it's the same thing. Like he didn't know. So
That is true.
so the only reality he did find, regardless, there's gonna be a TVA. It's just that he didn't see them because he didn't even know who they were.
Because that never actually physically happened.
Exactly.
I feel like it kind of knocks off other stuff too, because even when was it? Can't remember which. Was it Infinity War when Hulk goes up to what's her name from Doctor Strange?
The
The blonde lady, Sorcerer Supreme, when she's explaining to Hulk that if one of the Infinity Stones is taken and knocks off like the whole timeline.
Well, it's still true,
right?
You know that there would still be a split in the timeline.
Yeah.
The TVA would have to come and fix it, but unless they have like this Loki's the hooded Loki is killing all the time. Like she's actually getting away. If it's she is getting away with messing with time, you know, and that would actually cause branches to actually happen, you know, and then the TVA wouldn't be able to.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's got to be the reason for Doctor Strange. There's no other reason for them to set this up, you know, the way that they're doing.
That'd be pretty nuts.
Yeah,
that'd be definitely pretty nuts.
So crazy. And then they also they said Nexus, like there's a Nexus event when you come off of that timeline, and we found out that Wanda was a Nexus being in WandaVision. They talked about her being a Nexus being. Which we went over that when we were talking about WandaVision. I forgot what that really meant. It meant that every version of the multiverse, you're always the same, no matter what. You're always yourself. No matter kind of what break in reality or whatever happened, you're always yourself. And I have a feeling because she's so powerful, there's no way that she wouldn't. Does that make sense? I don't know how they're going to explain the Nexus. We only really have the comic to relay off of, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of version that the MCU is going to adapt. I can't believe we got all this in one episode. I can't believe there's going to I think they said there's going to be 6. I don't remember how much they said.
No, please don't tell me it's 6. Oh, that means they're 1 hour long then, right?
Yeah.
How much was Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Were they 6 too?
I think it was 6. Yeah. I think it was an hour long for 6.
I'm wondering, Loki got sent here because he disappeared with the Tesseract, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, you know how other people got sent there too? Like, how much power do they have to be sent for messing up the timeline? You know,
they said in the little animation, it was like you could either start like a big thing, or you could just be late to work, but you messed up the timeline, you know?
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's good. Like, I can't wait to see who else, like, in the background, if we're going to be chilling in the TVA, like, what other people kind of just show up because they messed up, you know? And who we're going to be able to see. It's going to be fun.
That is funny.
Did you ever... I saw on Twitter you liked there was, like, a little Easter egg in the back, and someone was sent. Who was that?
Oh, they were saying it was Agent Carter because it looked like the uniform she was wearing, but it kind of like it looked like it was just somebody from that time period, though. And it was cool that it was from like back in the 80s or the 70s or whatever, that because they're pulling from all different points in time.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Jesse, you know what I didn't even think about now that we're talking about this?
Huh.
There was a character, since we're talking about the people that are like getting you know, the background people that we hear in the TVA.
Yeah.
There was a character that I noticed. I thought it was a character, and I wasn't like sure from another show that I saw. If you guys watched The Flash, you guys ever watched The Flash?
The show?
Yeah, on CBS.
No.
It's what's it called? Yeah, it's a DC show on CBS. So then I saw him in it. That's why I said Cisco, because that's what he's in the character. He's like a friend of the Flash or something. And I was like, now that you're talking about it, is it even branching out to there, or am I just like going way off topic now?
They could literally pull for anything. And I gotta, you know how Sony's trying to like kind of intertwine their universe a little bit?
Yeah,
there's talks of that. Perfect way to explain it is that their universe is just a branch reality or branch timeline.
Yeah.
And now if things come in madness and all people kind of get merged together again into the world, like that's how you explain other studios introduced into freaking the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You saw that they're trying to do Jurassic Park and Fast and Furious.
Is that real?
I don't know if it's real, but branch reality.
Branch reality.
Imagine how crazy that would be.
Is that just the answer to anything now? Branch reality.
Vin Diesel whipping around in a freaking Mustang in between freaking T-Rex's legs and shit. That'd be
Probably.
Who
Who
would
knows?
win?
They're gonna run out of ideas.
I wonder if at the
You
end
know
of
who's gonna
Loki,
win? Family.
Shut up, shut up.
I wonder if with Loki, if this is how they're keeping him alive, or at the end of the season, like what happens to him? Like at the end, once he does what he needs to do,
Yeah.
is he done?
I think he becomes
gonna
a
send
him
minute. A minute. What's it called? What are they called again?
a Minuteman.
Yeah. No,
I
he
hope he does.
he becomes no he ends up becoming Owen Wilson's little like assistant,
I hope so.
Probably.
Because
like
they could
finding
take
other
this and then
variants.
they could have the series go on forever. Then you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Or does it continue with a different alternate variant of Loki? You know, like female Loki, or there's kid Loki and stuff like that. Does that like is the continuation of Loki in the MCU going to be just a different variant?
Because I'd
You
be
know?
going if that was to happen. Like if it goes into that, time goes differently. Like he lives on forever there. You know.
Yeah. Literally.
That was funny.
Yeah.
All the
exciting
jokes,
stuff, man.
all the jokes that like the MCU put in there is like hilarious. Like
So funny.
what's it called? Owen Wilson's character says something like explaining time, and then Loki's like, I don't get it. He's like, oh, don't worry, you'll catch up. Like all these
you'll
fucking
catch up.
these cheesy ass
He was
jokes
like-
just are so funny.
He was like, "You're not real big on trust." He was like, "The only person you could." He was like, "Let me guess, yourself." He's like, "Wow, go ahead and put that on a T-shirt." You know, I'm like the contrast between Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston's like characters and stuff, because like Mobius is like the super chill dude. Like,
Yeah,
like, come on, dude, like just chill. And then Loki is the complete opposite of that. It's perfect, man.
It's
Just they set it
funny.
up perfectly. So crazy.
I dig it.
It's cool. It's always funny, like seeing someone with, like we're used to Loki, like he's a powerful person, right? And then he just goes here. He has nothing, and so Mobius is just like, he's like not phased by him, you know?
Not at all.
What's he gonna do to
What do you
him?
call him?
Not
A
at all.
pussycat? He's like, I specialize in dangerous,
Yeah.
particularly dangerous variants.
Yeah.
Called him a pussycat. That's hilarious.
Oh jeez.
That's way too funny. Shoot. All right. You guys want to talk about anything else, or I think we covered it?
What are we at right now? About
Like an hour.
37 minutes.
I think that's pretty good for this first episode.
Yeah.
I
It was
like
solid.
This is nice.
Yeah,
Some little.
that was good.
Well,
I wonder how fast. I just want to see, like, for next episode. I wonder how fast they go into the hooded Loki,
yeah.
or like how like the pace is gonna be. You know,
Yeah, because
the
all the
pace for this
other like the Disney Plus shows like WandaVision, it was so dragged out, you know.
Yeah.
Or just in
But this
one
seems like it's
episode.
going fast. You know.
Heck yeah.
See how next episode comes out. It's exciting. It's cool that they're coming out on Wednesdays.
Yeah,
Something different.
it is something different. All right, guys, this was fun. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
See ya.
Later.